Hare Krishna, Namaste. Today we will see the second sloka of chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Sañjaya uvāca dṛṣṭvā tu pāṇḍavānīkaṁ vyūḍhaṁ duryodhanas tadā ācāryam upasaṅgamya rājā vacanam abravīt. Sañjaya said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pāṇḍu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. This Sañjaya and Dhritarashtra Samvada, the conversation, happened after 10 days of battle start, specifically after Bhishma fell down from his chariot and as he was lying down on his bed of arrows. It is quite interesting to note that Dhritarashtra seemingly asking an irrelevant question of who is going to win the battle, even after knowing that the great warrior Bhishma fell down. By now, Dhritarashtra should know for sure his children, will lose the battle, being not having Bhishma there. Instead, he is still having a great hopes and was an illusion that there could be still chances for his children to win the battle. That shows how much deep is attachment and how blind he was, even dharmically, religiously, in this matter. The intent of Dhritarashtra asking that shows his selfish nature, his evil mind, that somehow or the other he wants his children to become victory over this. Somehow or the other meaning either by defeating Pāṇḍavas or to the extreme where Pāṇḍavas compromising their position and give away the fighting spirit and just go away from the battle. Doesn't want to do anything with the kingdom. Therefore, his intention is quite clear that he wanted good things to happen just for or only for his children. Sañjaya started responding to Dhritarashtra, understanding Dhritarashtra's indirect, hidden motive behind his question. In the sloka, Sañjaya said that Rājā Duryodhana left the spot and went to his teacher, Ācāryam, and started speaking few words. And from this sloka and the following slokas, we can see how wicked and political Duryodhana was, and more than that, how fearful he was seeing the situation. As the sloka goes, dṛṣṭvā tu, and we can pick up some shabda, other words from the sloka. Dṛṣṭvā tu, pāṇḍavā-anīkam tu, duryodhanas tu, tadā tu. Now if we see this one, it shows how fearful he was, that just by seeing nothing, just by seeing this whole arrangement, the people gathered there, Duryodhana was frightened. Pāṇḍavā-anīkam, and he haven't even seen the Pāṇḍava, but then just being in the arena of the battlefield and seeing the military arrangement of Pāṇḍavas, he was frightened. Duryodhanas too, where Duryodhana himself was frightened, which means what to speak about his party. And tadā too is where just by hearing the sound that was going on in the battle, Duryodhana was frightened. dṛṣṭvā tu pāṇḍavānīkaṁ vyūḍhaṁ duryodhanas tadā. ācāryam upasaṅgamya. Now here it is said, he approached ācārya. Here the sloka doesn't say the name of the ācārya, because there it could be Kripācārya as well, right? Or he could consider Bhishma Dev as his ācārya. So, but it is quite clear as we go through the following slokas in this particular chapter that ācārya, even though the name is not mentioned here, it is clear as we will see. It is Dronacārya, it's not Kripācārya. Rājā vacanam abravīt. The last line of this sloka says Rājā vacanam abravīt, means Rājā spoke. Rājā here refers to Duryodhana. Rājā spoke with few words. Well, it's quite repetitive if we see the statement Rājā vacanam abravīt. It could have been simply put in a way that Rājā spoke, because anyone who speaks have to use words to speak. So why then the sloka says the Rājā spoke with few words? It doesn't really need to be in this way where it says with few words. Rather it could just say Rājā spoke. The commentary says that he spoke bunch of words which made up some sentences. But these words that he used in his conversation with Dronacārya had no value. So he just spoke bunch of words. He blabbered. And it just exhibited his fearful condition. Literally, Duryodhana was shivering inside. And that came out in his words. And Rājā, Duryodhana has been mentioned or called here as Rājā, where another contradiction is Rājā Duryodhana. Rājā means one who has all good qualities, specifically being honest, truthful, following the dharma, caring for people and citizen, the dependents. Whereas Duryodhana means one who does fight, yuddha, one who fights by all means, in wrong means, somehow or the other get the result out of it by breaking all the codes of dharma. So that's the meaning of Duryodhana. Therefore, it's quite interesting to see how Sañjaya mentioned here, Rājā vacanam abravīt, is calling Duryodhana as Rājā. So it is just to give some pleasure to Dhritarashtra. That's all it is. In reality, Duryodhana doesn't have any qualities of a king. In general, there are two ways of asking any questions that involves an enquiry. One is a generic, another one specific. Generic is where you ask a generic question to get a specific answer. If we ask a specific question, we get a specific answer. It is always good to ask a generic question if we want to get a real, specific, true response. For example, say if a guest is coming to our house and we want to offer something for them to eat. So there's ways that we can ask them either a generic question or a specific question. For example, the generic question goes, would you like to have dinner with us? So the response could be yes or no. If you ask a specific question, then it will be like this. You must have had your dinner, right? So the answer may be yes. The second example is in a group of people trying to identify a good singer. A generic question may be in a group of people trying to find who's a good singer. So I might go and ask someone, may I know who is good in singing in this group? And you might get a specific answer, because the question was generic and there could be many singers, but I'm trying to find a good singer. So the answer could be very specific from the responder. If a question is specific, for example, Radha is a good singer in this group, isn't it? Then obviously you're not going to get a complete answer. It could be a biased answer. So to summarize, the way that we ask questions is very important to get the right response and answer. Dhritarashtra was very specific. Mamaka, he was very specific about wanting to know the victory of his children. Likewise, when we speak, we have to be asking a question in a better way so that the responder can give a true answer. And as a king, one should cultivate good characters, or in other words, as a leader, one should have good qualities and good characters. That was all not present in Duryodhana. That tells by his name. And Duryodhana was fearful because he was attached, and Dhritarashtra was more fearful because he was attached as well to the name, fame, prestige and positions. दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं vyūḍham duryodhanas tadā ācāryam upasaṅgamya rājā vacanam abravīt. Thank you. Hare Krishna.